I get paid filming my life, and these are all the cameras I use. But if you really think you need all of this to start, trust me, you don't. One of my most requested videos today I'll talk you through what gear I used to build this channel in just 1 year. So I can now finance the life of me and my family with it. And I'll add my personal favorite shot to each and one of the cameras I talk about. So take what helps you, ignore the rest. Welcome to Make It Look Like It Felt, episode 3. Not a single opinion on the equipment I use in today's video is a sponsored advertisement. It is all my honest opinion after using it for hundreds of hours. But this episode is sponsored by my partner Musicbed, and honestly that's intentional, because if you care about storytelling, it's not just about which camera you use. Let's start with the camera that actually made me start this channel. This is a big boy cinema camera, in this case the FX3. To me, it just freezes time. It makes me slow down and film things intentionally. And that's the moment where I actually feel the most creative. After just taking pictures for a decade, 1.5 years ago, I just wanted to find a new creative spirit. So I purchased one to time capsule moments even more. And since then, I've been filming my life with it. Talking heads, home stuff, brand work, the shot that needs to hit. So this is the overkill one. The one that makes your life look way better than it was even in real life, to be honest. Movies are shot with it, and that has a reason. These cameras are A, quite expensive, and B, you need lenses, which brings me to what lenses I use. This is the 20mm f1.8 Sony G Master lens, and this is my go-to vlogging lens. Most of my stuff when I'm outside vlogging on a cinema camera is filmed with this one. To actually show what it looks like, let me switch it. Even though I'm very close, this is like a lens to vlog with, but it still has this cinematic look. All my other stuff is shot on this one, which is the Sony G Master 2 24-70, which is a zoom lens, so you can have different angles. The body matters, but the lens actually makes a difference when filming on these cameras. Look, these cameras can be overwhelming, and I had no idea what I was doing in the beginning. But trust me, the best single piece of advice you can have when filming with one of these cameras is, or even filming in general, is if you want to get better, film something in your regular life 10 minutes a day. Like 3 to 5 frames with pure attention, thinking about what you're doing, trying to switch up settings, angles, and then just learn while on the go. But still, I'm happy that there are easier cameras than this. Which brings me to the camera I actually grab when I'm on the go. I wish I could bring my cinema camera everywhere, but most time size matters, especially as the main part of my content is filming sports. And after 1 year and more than 50 YouTube videos, I realized that the best story is the one that actually got told and made it to YouTube, no matter with what camera this was shot on. So when I'm leaving on a run or a ride, I'm not thinking too much about dynamic ranges or image sensor. I'm really just thinking, can I grab what I want to shoot in just a second? And that's why small wins. This is the DJI Pocket 3, this is the DJI Action 6, and there are weeks where I use the one more than the other, and I don't want to miss both. Action 6, rode in rain, had crashes on it, it doesn't matter, it just lives in the pocket. Pocket 3, slightly better image, stable gimbal on top, which matters for movement. And it's still fast, but it's not my first one. I broke a few. You could replace this one with the Action 5, with the Action 4 or a DJI Nano, but this is like my go-to pocket-sized cameras that I don't want to live without. But listen, if you now think, gosh, we're not close to the end of the video, and I feel like I need new cameras already. Let me tell you one important lesson. We spend thousands on gear. We obsess over cameras, lenses, settings, and then we're suddenly too hesitant to invest in one thing that actually makes a difference.
Library, post office, corner store.
So when I edit, I have DaVinci open and I have Musicbed open. And I'm honestly just vibing, man. Listening to songs, checking if the footage aligns. And I don't scroll forever. I find a song that has tension, intention, feeling, and then I build my footage around it. That has changed a lot for me, especially how I see my work when I look at it like weeks later. I get back to that feeling. So if you care about how your work feels, not just how it looks, because that you clearly do, otherwise you wouldn't click on today's video, then finally switch to Musicbed, and honestly, you can just try it out for 14 days. Check the songs, links in the description. Now let's talk about the fun toys. Now the fun toys. The ones that are not really necessary, but you still acquire them on the way of filming stuff, and you like them so much that you don't sell them, and they're still worth to talk about. Let's start with my camcorder, which is the Panasonic SDR S150. I'm very proud of this one. Don't know why, but I even have to, because I'm anxious that one is going to break at one point. You can shoot straight to an SD card on it, and without using a filter, it just gives the instant vintage look. And that's my favorite shot on it. As 360 camera, the DJI Osmo 360 in this case, could be easily the X5 as well. It's cool, unique angles, but the only use case I have for me is kite surfing and when I would road bike race. As for most content creation I do, I want to film intentionally a certain frame. And I'm honest, I really hate the post-production work on these. I just don't want to sit on my phone trying to grab the frames, and the Mac apps awful to work with. This little tiny thing is in the heart of a lot of you guys and also myself, the DJI Nano. Like I said, you can easily replace your Action 6 with it. For me, this really has a use case. It is an incredible piece of tech. Just shooting on this one is crazy. The image quality you can get out of this it's insane actually compared to the size. But for most stuff I do, the action size is small enough, so I rather take that one. And then we have the iPhone, which talked about a lot that you can actually use this to film a lot. But for me, it is just a phone. It is not really a piece of gear where I like to create something on. Yeah, you have it with you all the time and it shoots decent, especially in log. But for me, it just keeps being a communication tool, a consuming tool, rather than a content creation tool where I feel creative having this in my hand, filming something. But sometimes when you don't have anything around you but your phone, it is my rescue button. Imagine my equipment gets lost on the airplane and I have to start at zero again. What would I get? Depends on the budget, of course. If I had just 1K budget, I would go with the Pocket 3, to be honest, because it fills 80% or even more of what you can film in your life. You can film sports with it. You could even film the talking head with it. It would still be decent. The message would be delivered for sure. So I think bang for the buck, this is like, if you just get one thing, a very good choice still. If I would have 3K budget, I would definitely get hold of one of the cheapest cinema cameras out there. Like for example, this is the FX30 I have as a B cam, because the lenses for this camera are cheaper as well. For example, this is the 18 to 50mm f2.8 Sigma lens. I think you can get this used for like 2K, I would say. Throw a decent microphone on it and you have like a banging vlogging setup, just walking around like this, and then just add on an action cam. Very good setup. There are also other cameras on the market that have a better bang for the buck, like the FX3, for example, the Sony ZV-E1. But as I don't own it, I don't want to talk about it. Today's video is what I use as you ask for it. In this year, man, I just don't want to gatekeep. I want to tell you everything I do and know. Shoot questions, whatever you have. No one ever grew their skills just because they had more gear. And I didn't build this channel, the personal brand, by owning all of this. I built it because I filmed consistently. Does it help to have more tools to film more? Yeah, because you feel inspired to take sometimes this camera. But 80% of my work is done on this camera and both of these. And the best camera is the one you actually use. So thanks guys for tuning in today's episode, where I just quickly told you what I use from my bathroom while my son is playing in the garden. Going to go there now. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions how I use the gear for what, don't be scared to drop the comments. I'll definitely answer them. And then I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully back training. Take care.